Over the last couple of days, I've been reading more and more about wildfires, and I'm just going to focus on one in particular, the Palisades fire that happened early this year in Los Angeles. And obviously, it's incredibly sad and devastating when so many people have lost their lives, and of course, thousands and thousands of homes have been destroyed. But what I wanted to focus on now is actually how well some of the respondents have dealt with this problem. So I was reading about the Los Angeles Department of Water and Power, and they've got a really fantastic thing that they've done, which is in communicating how recovery from the wildfire is going. They've actually built a website. So you can go, if you go to their normal website, LADWP.com, you can then go to the top of the page, right at the top, and it says for city wildfire recovery resources, visit this website. And this then gives you a website where there's loads of interesting information about how the rebuild is going, what recovery things that they're actually doing. There's even a little feed here for important information and key deadlines. So it's a really, really cool way that they're ensuring that the local community is made aware of how they're actually building back from and recovering from this really tragic event. And I was drawn in particular to a really cool case study that basically just focuses in on exactly what the process has been to make sure that water quality has been able to be restored in this area. So as a case study it's got loads of quotes, really useful information. One of the coolest things, though, I'll show you in a second, but I think, as a communication tool to make sure that people are aware, it's really, really effective. Like, it's really detailed. There's even video content in here. So if I want to, I can, click this, play, and get a summary of the information without even having to have read anything. So it's just fantastic communication throughout, giving me, not a water expert, a good view on what do they have to do to basically recover. But the final thing that I think is so cool is that they built this step-by-step guide that basically helps us understand what has been the process and how far along are we in restoring water quality to the affected areas in this particular jurisdiction. So I can go through, and it's got this nice interactive flow. It talks about the steps 1, 2, 3, 4. I can click through if I want to go straight to a certain zone if I know. But this piece is also really exciting, where you could just basically get a map, so I can interact in a visual way in multiple different ways with this information. So I can zoom in and find out, okay, what are the different zones? Which zone do I live in, for example? Okay, for 529 or 720, then I can go and understand, okay, zone 720, where are we in this process? And it looks like everything's been ticked off. So, it gives me the confidence as a person in that area that the water's going to be safe to drink. So I just wanted to share this because I think it's such a fantastic example of how communication is an essential part of resilience to these types of extreme events. So well done, LADWP. I think this is a really fantastic piece of an example of resilience in action.